Marshe Rockett, well, thanks for time talking to us here on the Roman Show. Obviously, we remember you from being in Impact Wrestling, but
Yes.
you made your debut in FEW. Let's first talk about that, and then we'll get into a little bit about your time in Impact Wrestling. So, how was it debuting here, FEW, working alongside the Pope, who was also part of Impact Pro Wrestling?
Man, it was working. First of all, coming here to FEW, I've heard great things about this promotion. So excited that I got to be a part of it tonight, and I was very thankful for the Pope for taking time, and collaborating, getting me down here, meet the awesome talent, everybody from top to bottom. Everybody's on top of their game, and I think that was like very refreshing because I like going places and I like being in the locker room and being amongst people that are going to not only challenge you, but going to test you and push you to your limits to let you know what type of performer you are. So it was really great to be here tonight and to perform for all the FEW fans.
And of course, you've been a part of several promotions. Chikaro is one of them too that you performed in, and that's very, very charismatic promotion, if you want to say, very creative and Impact Wrestling. So tell us there, you were recently in Impact Wrestling, but you're no longer with the promotion. Let's do a little feedback about your time in that promotion.
Honestly, my time in Impact Wrestling, it's back and forth. People think that it was like a negative thing. I have nothing really bad to say about Impact Wrestling. It was a great learning experience. I got to be, again, in a locker room full of some of the best in professional wrestling today. And, I learned a lot when I was there. And now that I'm able to take what I've learned and press forward to further my career, go and soar to new heights that I couldn't even fathom before. So, but my time in Impact was phenomenal. It was more or less like me wanting to spread my wings when creative really didn't have much for me. So, but they understood. There was no bad blood or anything like that. As they told me, the last day, they were saying like, hey, the door's always open. It's not shut. It's not closed. It's just about, they say, everything comes in good time. So you never know. Like I'm at the top of my game now. I can easily soar back in, whoop some tush, and then, walk back. It's the wrestling business day. So I'm just happy that they gave me the opportunity when a lot of other places really didn't want to. So I was thankful for Impact for that.
And one person you're very close to, I consider a mentor, the Pope, Elijah Burke, and also guys like Al Snow were the time that they were there, Hurricane Helms. Tell us about the relationship that you had with all those guys.
Yes. So the Pope, Shane, and Snow, and all these guys, EC3, Robbie E, all these guys did something that not a whole lot of vets usually do to like young talent who's they sort of pulled me aside and they really coached me, and not just give me like the vague like you'll figure it out, kid, get out there and like sink or swim or something. No, they really took their time and provided me the knowledge to become the performer that I am today. So I am very, very thankful for them for even doing that. And they really even now these guys are still pushing for me. They're still saying like, hey, you're gonna be here, man. Like, you just gotta stay consistent. You gotta stay stay on your training. Pope heard me say this, and he always reminds me of it. I have a saying that my dad told me. He was like, you just want to stay humble, but stay hungry too. Like, you never want to just settle in once you get to a certain point.
So even today, the Pope was working here at FEW. He was in action in a tag match, but he called you aside and also kind of give you some pointers as well?
Yeah, oh yeah. Because I had an idea that I wanted to do, and like Pope is the one guy I can come to and just like, hey, I'm thinking of this, but how can I get there? And Pope has this uncanny ability to take exactly what I was thinking, almost outside your mind's eye, and he's like, hey, I would do it this way, and this is what's really going to set you apart. And then it was like, Thank you. I knew how I wanted to get there, but I knew where I wanted to go, but I just didn't know how to get there. So it was like that. I was very thankful again for his help.
You were also part of Resistance Pro in Chicago.
Yes.
And that was led by Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins, who's now
Yes.
with NWA.
Hi, Billy. No.
Did you get to meet Billy? Did you talk to him? And any chance we're gonna see you in the new NWA that he's running?
Oh yeah. Me and Billy, we became very close. Billy, again, that's one of the best things about this business is that you just never know who you're gonna meet. In a million years, did I think that me and Billy would be on calling, hey, what's going on? Like, basically, no, not in a million years. But he checks on my son. I asked him about his son. He was one of if you talk about people really pushing for you, I mean, he was one that showed me the door to Impact. He's like, you just got to walk through it. So huge props to Billy Corgan. Will I be in the NWA? This is another question I get asked a lot, because people think Billy Corgan and Marshe Rockett can't be too far behind. So to that, I say you never know. I know the 10 pounds of gold is traveling around the world, going from promotion to promotion and having challenger after challenger step up and defend it. I'm just saying I got an availability somewhere down the line, and if I see that 10 pounds of gold, I'm certainly gonna put my name in a hat and push for the opportunity. So.
And what happened to Resistance Pro? It had a lot of steam picking up. There was word too that they were going to put it, I think, on A&E, if I'm correct, like a reality show.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening? They had a really good stand. I think one of the first show was Black Friday or something, and it was selling. But what happened? You had great talent. You had 450 in it.
Yeah,
a lot of great
did.
talent. They were part of that promotion.
What happened with Resistance Pro is the same thing that happens with a lot that allow ego and to get in the way of things. To be honest, a lot of that was backstage, business sense drama, and unfortunately a lot of good talent had to suffer for it. But again, if I see a bad situation that's not going to help better me or my brand or benefit me in any way, you gotta know when to get out. So at the point, I think I reached as far as I could with Resistance Pro, and I went on to pursue other venues, other revenues, and I think it's worked out pretty good for me so far. So I'm just continuing that climb.
So where can we see you? Any plan? What are some of the bookings that you got going around here in the States?
Some of the bookings I got. Well, next week I'm going to be at Global Pro Wrestling out in Midlothian. Following that, I also have Gale Lucha Libre out in Villa Park, and a little birdie told me that flying around here that Marshe Rockett might be coming back to FEW. So to everybody on the FEW roster, you might want to prepare yourselves because now Marshe Rockett is here and he doesn't stop. He keeps going all day.
This is The Roman Show.